What's up, guys? First, let me establish I'm not high right now. I swear I'm not high. My girlfriend had pink eye last week, and so, of course, this week I have pink eye. And it's not even cool, right? Because not only do I have pink eye, I've got pink eyes. Like, they're both pink. I got double pink eye. So I wasn't going to do any videos this week until it kind of cleared up a little bit, but I decided that I can't just let a little bit of pink eye come between me and you. And so this week's topic, we're going to get back to thyroid next week, but right now we're talking about whether or not you're taking care of your skin. And we're not just talking about the skin on the outside. Actually, we're not really talking about that at all. We're talking about the skin on the inside, what's called your mucosal barrier. Your mucosal barrier. It's so important because what does this skin do? It protects you. It keeps the bad stuff from getting inside of you and causing infections. And so that's good. We want to have skin. But if you really think about it, your body is like a tube. You know, your nasal passages, tubes. Ears, tubes. Your esophagus, which carries food down to your stomach, it's a tube. Your trachea, your windpipe, that's a tube. Your digestive tract, tube. Your urinary tract, tube. You are just a big long tube. And so what does it keep, stuff that might be in these tubes from getting outside of them and getting into your body, getting into your general circulation, getting into your tissues? Well, it's called your second set of skin. It's your mucosal barrier. And so the analogy that I like to give is a screen door. Now, if you have a screen door at your house or you have screens, on your windows and whatnot, what do? They keep the air coming in, the good stuff coming in, and it keeps the bad stuff out. So the flies, the gnats, and the mosquitoes. Your mucosal barrier does something very similar. It keeps the good stuff coming in. The nutrients, the amino acids from proteins, the fatty acids, the glucose, that stuff gets to come in. The nutrients come in to nourish you, but also that mucosal barrier is lined with defense mechanisms, with defenders like the Army and the Marines. The armed services are there to protect you from, the viruses, the bacteria and whatnot. And so what happens if you were to poke holes in your screen door? The air still comes through, but also the flies, the gnats, and the mosquitoes come through. So what do? You go and grab, some rolled up newspaper, and you start whacking away at them. Flies, get out, not supposed to be here. Or you can go and buy yourself a new screen door, or you can fix that screen door. But think about it this way. If your mucosal barrier has become permeable, if it's got holes in it, what can happen? Bacteria can come through. If bacteria comes through and it's in places where it's not supposed to be, what do? You get infections. So you might have frequent infections in different parts of your body. You might have sinus infections or ear infections or eye infections. Or you might have, urinary tract infections all the time because you have a compromise of that mucosal barrier. There's too many holes in it. And also think of it this way. How can what role does food play in this? Well, you can create food sensitivities because, as I said, the nutrients are supposed to come through, but a piece of steak isn't. A piece of apple isn't, strawberries, grapes, whey protein. It's not supposed to be on the other side of that. It's supposed to go out. And so what happens when a little piece of steak makes it across that mucosal barrier? The immune system does the same thing you would do. It rolls up that piece of paper and starts whacking away, and that's called an immune response. Your body creates antibodies to the different foods that you eat. I've got clients who are sensitive to half of the foods up to all of the foods that they eat. So they have to drop those foods out and start eating new ones while at the same time repairing the screen door. And so this is what's going on. This is why people have these frequent infections. This is why people have brain fog. This is why they've got inflammation in the gut area. That's why they have the pooch belly. That's why they feel fatigued and run down. This is why they get IBS, fibromyalgia possibly, ADD, headaches. Headaches are big. Migraines are big with food sensitivities. And so you guys got to check out the radio show I did the other day because we talked about this at length. And so look it up on iTunes, search Underground Wellness, or you can go to the blogtalkradio.com/Underground Wellness site and listen to it because it's extremely important. You may be eating the enemy every day. Your food may be making you sick. How do you get holes in your mucosal barrier? There are many ways, and you're probably doing them right now. Poor diet. Poor diet will poke holes in there. All right. NSAID use, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen and aspirin that a lot of people are on. That's going to poke holes in there. All right. Birth control pill use. That'll poke some holes. Stress. Stress is huge because when your cortisol goes up, it starts poking holes. So stress can make that happen. So if you're doing any of those or you got any of those, bring them down. Bring them under control because you don't want to give yourself infections. You don't want to give yourself food sensitivities. It's no fun, believe me. Anyway, I'm out. I'm going to Newport this weekend. I'm going to go watch a golf tournament and just kind of hang out and chill. And so I'll see you guys next week. Getting back to the thyroid, and we're going to be talking about detoxification. It's going to be good stuff. I'm out. Peace.